So back down to St Ives Lakes. I'm with Dave Little.
All right, mate.
You all right, mate? Been about what? How long? Has it been?
3 years since the last interview.
Yeah. So what have you been getting up to? I know you've had some proper results, haven't you?
Yeah, we finished off the last interview over on the lagoon, and I managed to snare the big common out of there. 39.12. Also, I managed to nip over to the shallow and get one of the good ones out of there as well. Big head at 45 and a bit. I can't remember. Too long ago to remember, but yeah, I had that out of there as well.
Nice. So yeah, so you've been focusing down here. You've had some on the rivers as well, haven't you? So.
Yep, when was it? I think 2 years ago. Heavy flood on the Ouse. Managed to get a 25-pounder out before it went mad. It was brown water oozing through. It was terrible. Couldn't fish it. So gave it 2 weeks. It settled down. Found a lovely spot. Hit that with about 5 kilos. I was using the mad baits at the time, and managed to catch a 27 and a 30-pound river carp, which was just mind-blowingly beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an achievement anyway.
Yeah, it's stunning. Yeah, stunning carp. Yeah, absolutely
awesome.
Stunning carp.
Awesome. So yeah, so mentioning that, you were with Mad, weren't you, at the time?
I was with Mad, yeah, great team. Jerry Hamilton, Dave Vaughan, Mark Leonard. Had some great years. I've now moved over to Mainline Baits, fishing for them now.
Yeah. Consultant
for Mainline.
Cool. What else is happening on that front? I know you've got a few little things.
Yeah, all going well with Codex Tackle. We've got a new catalogue out. I've been and had meetings with them, looking at new rods, new types of baiting up equipment. Can't tell you too much about that. They've got a new chod hook in the range. We're looking at new rig materials, stuff that I would use. It's stuff that I would use. So yeah, that's all going good. I've got a Cotswold Aquarius deal. The luggage, unbeatable.
I think it's quite safe to say that Cotswold has definitely earned its place.
Quality
with their gear.
Yeah.
I mean, I use some of their stuff for my camera equipment as well. So, yeah. And I know Ray from UK Match Angler, Carp Angler, sorry, he also uses all their stuff. It is top.
It is absolutely
stuff.
quality. I've got this little bag here and it follows me absolutely everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere I go and work, fishing, up hills, it's following me everywhere. It comes everywhere with me.
I believe Lee Merritt's with them as well now, isn't he?
Mick Tuck, Lee Merritt, real good team going on. Yeah, good things coming out of it.
Yeah, definitely. There's I know there's going to be some more filming for them as well. So
yeah,
so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah, great luggage. Great luggage.
Fantastic.
Quality, absolute quality here.
So yeah, so that's that. And what's the plans then? Because obviously you've been over here now for a while.
The year that we done the last interview, I sort of left it and had to finish a bit off on the river. I came back and fished the following year and had an absolute fish jumping out over there. Had a blinder of a year with Big Ed and the Big Common. Like I say, I went over to Mainline and it was all about just the one fish on the complex. I think everyone wants it. Yeah. I had to hunt down Colin. Started off in the spring. It was hideous fishing. The lake was busy. I was packing up at 9 o'clock to go to work. I would look on Facebook and it would come through that there's bites, up till 10, 11 o'clock. Yeah. So I was just missing the bite time. I remember being on the big fjords in the summertime, and there was this huge thunderstorm, and I thought, what the hell am I doing here? I've got to get over, I've got to go and catch Colin. I had a week off work. I remember talking to Jerry Hammond, he was in the hole in the bush, walked round to see him, had a real good carpy talk, and he just said, David, go and get it, mate, go and get it. And I did. The following night, I got it. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. It was a weird night, one of those atmospheric nights. The coots had disappeared, the lake had gone dead still, it was all quiet, and I remember getting to bed sort of late-ish, 11:30. 1 o'clock in the morning I heard this absolute kadoosh, and then another kadoosh, and I got out of bed. I remember going on Facebook and saying, "Colin, they've woke me up, they're crashing, it's going mad." It was about an hour later, the right rod just absolutely ripped off. It was absolutely screaming along. Now, that swim that I caught it from was a very weedy swim, and we were all allowed to use boats that year, just to clear the swim of weed. And I had done that, but the boat was there, and someone who was in there before me had lost fish close in. Right. So to cut a long story short, I wasn't going to lose whatever was on the end of that line. I jumped on the boat, got straight on top of it, had gone straight into a weed bed, and I just remember, oh my God, and I'm feeling down the line, and I got to the leg core, and I could feel it, and it come out the weed bed. So it was get the rod back into hand. It'd gone straight into another weed bed, exactly the same thing, going down the line, hand feeding it, feeling it, pulling it out of the weed. It just went, so 3 weed beds it's gone into, and I had an absolute nightmare. I had a paddle over there, a rod over there, and all I remember, as crazy as it sounds, I remember seeing this dark common roll like this, and I scooped what I thought was the dark common into weed, and then I was just jammed because the net was full of weed, there was a fish in there was a paddle over there, was a rod over there. It was an absolute chaos, an absolute nightmare. I just got everything together, somehow got to shore, knocked all the rest of the rods out. No one had heard this on the lake, by the way. All this commotion, no, it was really, really quite a weird night what had happened. And I remember just dropping the fish on the mat and thinking, it's Colin. I've caught Colin. It was just unbelievable. It was, it was
really
unbelievable.
Surreal,
yeah. It
one
was.
You're not going to forget.
Never going to. Yeah, interesting night that one. A very interesting night. An epic fish, an absolutely epic fish.
Yeah, awesome.
St Ives Lakes is the king of the complex. It's a great fish.
Definitely. And the thing is, there's others coming up behind it, isn't there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the shallow's turning out. I think there's a good 440s now. So there's a lot of fish at the moment coming out of the lagoon. The lagoon's fishing really well. A lot of anglers are turning up and having a go over there. My favourite at the moment is the long reach.
Yeah.
There's been some special fish coming out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
It's good.
I've got a fish. I'm going to fish the long reach again next spring, definitely. With what I saw this spring, with what Mark Boots Johnson has caught, there's fish that go missing on that 40-acre low stock, hard
It is hard.
lake
Yeah,
to
it's a
fish.
real man's water. Right?
Yeah, I've had 7 different fish out of there since I caught Colin. I was able to catch one that was missing for 3 years. I spoke to anglers over there who had been fishing the lake and listened to their theories on how it was getting away with not being caught. Tried to work out how they were fishing for it, and obviously just wanted to do something different over there. I remember getting up after my 40th birthday, which was just hard work. It was a weekend of lots of booze. It was a hard, what should I say? It was hard to get back on the lake and get back into things. I remember getting up real early one morning, finding a couple of fish showing, moving on to them fish, catching a fish called Rosie, one of the old originals, getting back into the same swim the following week, fishing to the same areas. Instead of fishing actually on the spots, I was actually fishing one of the Uncle Jim's long naked chod rig, fishing it past 6 foot past the swim.
Right.
Single yellow pop up on its own, trying to actually lay the line and sink it down through the baited swim, to try and get maybe indication if there was fish there.
Fish feeding, yeah.
By the morning, that rod, right rod again, funny enough, that one had rattled off, and yeah, that was the friendly common, 41 pound, 4 ounces. 3 years uncaught, an epic fish.
On the tick off the missing.
An epic fish. That morning, it was quite a still, sunny morning. I gave the shout. People thought Colin had been caught, so people in the shallow had packed up. They'd come over. Everyone on the long reach had come over. There was probably a crowd of about 15 people. Just like to thank everyone that turned up and made it a real special moment. There was 3 3 cameras, a film camera. We put it on parade the fish. It was looking really good. It was looking, you know,
nice.
Everything that it should do. Put it back, and there was a big round of applause afterwards. So it was just another one I'll never forget.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, especially on somewhere like this, you're focusing so hard.
Yeah.
And you know, to achieve catching you know, these gems that are here.
Yeah.
And you know, if you really look at the grand scheme of things and what could go right, what could go wrong, to actually land that specific fish, is such an achievement.
Yeah.
And you know, we're strange creatures, aren't we, carp anglers? You know, we like the solitude, but we also like the social side of it.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy, isn't it? But you know, when you do catch that gem, and you get to share it with, like you say, like 15 other like-minded individuals that have all helped you, and you know what I mean? They all know what you're feeling at that moment, and it's nice to share it with them, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a special moment, a special fish. 3 years not seen on the bank. It was definitely, you know, one ticked off, one that I remember. Yeah, something that makes it all worthwhile, definitely.
Definitely. Fair play to you, mate. Fair play. So yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So now what then? You going to answer me or what? What are you going to do now?
There's probably one more that I've got to go for.
Yeah.
The round brown. I'm not in a hurry to get it. I don't want to leave the place. I do love it here. So it's one I will eventually go over and have a go for. I think it's over 100 acres of water, so it's a special fish. It came out this spring looking every part of the business. It looked fantastic. Well done to the angler that caught that. I think it's just over 45 pounds, and it, you know, to catch that fish with all those acres of water, it's a special one.
Yeah, it's a proper achievement.
There's one big one in there. It's a special one to catch.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Fair play.
Yeah.
So, what about rivers and stuff like that? Because I know you do love your rivers. Do you know what I mean?
I love the river ooze. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
It's got under the skin. It
it
flows in my veins. Quite technically, you know. I can't wait till next week. We've got a big social. I'm fishing with my cousin, as I do every year, barbecuing beer. Found some lovely looking spots. I'm sort of just playing it safe and fishing a section of river that I've already fished. So hopefully I'll grab a fish. Out of experience now, after fishing the river hard for 10 years, I've had quite a few 30s out of the river, and the time of month is the beginning of October. So from September up until mid-October, I'm going to be hard on it, fishing a section of river that I've never ever caught carp from.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm going to give it a real good go. See how we get on with it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, hopefully a bit of footage. We'll see what we can get out of it. I've been trying to catch carp out of lakes to show that I can catch carp out of lakes. A lot of people have put me into Mr. River Carper himself. You know, I don't want to be just walking down one path. I want to walk all the paths. It's carp fishing's massive. It's, you know, it's overseas. So there's lots more that I've got to do in carp fishing. But this year I'm going to give this section of river a real good go and see if I can get out a couple more ooze jewels for everybody to see.
Very nice too. Yeah. All right, fantastic. Take care, mate, and I'll see you in another 3 years.
Cheers,
mate. Shut up.